Have you ever felt that life has slowed down a bit? Maybe there's that fleeting thought that this is how it's meant to be as we age. But let me remind you that transformation knows no age. Indeed, we've seen remarkable examples of seniors who have turned their lives around, proving that it's never too late to write a new chapter. Today, as we immerse ourselves in 8 inspirational stories of seniors who have experienced remarkable transformations, I want you to realize the power of resilience, determination, and the human spirit. Think for a moment about what life is all about at any age. It's about growth, happiness, and chasing dreams. It's also about adapting to changes, facing challenges head-on, and ultimately redefining what it means to live fully. For those of us who are past the traditional ideas of settling down, now could be the perfect time to explore new horizons. In this video, we'll share 8 uplifting stories that will not only inspire you, but remind you of the incredible potential that lives within each of us, no matter our age. Let's start our journey with the first story that features a woman named Mary, who faced a daunting challenge in her late 60s. After the death of her husband, Mary felt like she was merely existing. She struggled with sadness and a sense of loss that enveloped her. However, one day, she stumbled upon a local community center offering art classes for seniors. Despite her reservations, Mary decided to enroll. At first, she held the brush with trepidation, afraid her loss would overshadow her creativity. Yet, as she dipped the brush in vibrant colors and began painting, something incredible began to happen. The colors transported her to happier memories, and she lost herself in the strokes of the canvas. Over time, Mary transformed her grief into a passion for painting, resulting in paintings that expressed her journey of healing. Now, in her 70s, Mary has her own gallery showcase, where she shares her art with the world and inspires others to find solace in creativity. Isn't it beautiful how art can transform pain into something extraordinary? Moving on to our next story, let me introduce you to Frank, a gentleman in his 80s who had a zest for life. However, a sudden illness left him weak and fearing the future. He found himself confined to a wheelchair, feeling isolated from the world. Instead of succumbing to despair, Frank sought out a local physical therapist who believed in his potential for recovery. With encouragement and rigorous exercises, Frank took the brave step to begin his rehabilitation journey. Each tiny victory motivated him further, from being able to move his toes to eventually standing with assistance. Frank's transformation was profound. He went from feeling defeated to running marathons in his 80s. Now, he even leads a community group to inspire others facing similar challenges. His message is clear. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. He reminds us all that every day is an opportunity to conquer our limitations, no matter how old we are. Now, as we delve deeper into our collection of inspiring stories, let's talk about Linda, a woman whose life changed dramatically after a chance encounter. At 75, Linda had lived a comfortable but relatively predictable life as a retired teacher. One sunny afternoon, she visited a local park and met a group of people practicing Tai Chi. Intrigued, she spent some time watching, mesmerized by the graceful movements. The next day, she returned, and soon she was practicing along with them. What began as casual curiosity turned into a newfound passion for health and mindfulness. Linda embraced not only Tai Chi, but also a holistic approach to well-being, adding meditation and healthy cooking into her routine. The benefits were astounding. She felt healthier, both mentally and physically. Linda became a beacon of positivity in her community, teaching Tai Chi classes at the parks for others to join her on the journey toward a healthier life. She learned that new passions could lead to improved health and also foster wonderful connections with others. What a gift that is. As we weave through these transformative tales, our next story brings us to Bob, a man who learned late in life the joy of giving back. In his 70s, Bob was living alone. Although he enjoyed his quiet life, he began to feel a void, a hankering for connection and purpose. After flipping through a local newspaper, Bob noticed an ad calling for volunteers at a nearby animal shelter. He decided to give it a shot. Bob's days transformed from solitude to ones filled with joy. He spent his time caring for the animals and connecting with other volunteers, creating a strong community. He dedicated himself to the cause and soon developed a special bond with a rescue dog named Max. Together, they visited nursing homes and hospitals, bringing smiles to countless faces. Bob discovered that through helping others, he found immense happiness himself. It became evident that true fulfillment often lies in giving, something we can all take to heart. Now that we've shared these incredible stories of transformation, it's essential to reflect on the powerful messages woven throughout them. Each of these seniors faced challenges, but instead of seeing these as roadblocks, they discovered new paths that led them towards growth, joy, and community. Their stories remind us that no matter our age, transformation is within reach. As we embrace the spirit of resilience and the wisdom that comes with experience, remember that you too have the power to rewrite your story. Maybe it starts by picking up a new hobby, joining a community group, or reaching out to others. It only takes a small spark to ignite a life-changing fire. Let's carry this momentum forward and dive deeper into the remaining inspiring stories and the lessons they offer. There's so much more to explore, so let's keep this conversation going. Stay tuned and let's continue to draw wisdom from those who have gracefully embraced life's transformations. Continuing our exploration of transformational journeys, let's dive into the life of Helen, an extraordinary woman whose story teaches us about the power of education at any age. When Helen reached her 70s, she felt a powerful tug to return to school, something she had put on hold after starting a family many years ago. During an evening chat with her grandchildren, she learned about their experiences in school, and that sparked the fire within her. Helen decided to enroll in a local community college, determined to pursue a degree in history. At first, she felt intimidated, surrounded by much younger students, but Helen quickly discovered that her life experiences were invaluable in the classroom. She brought a unique perspective to discussions, captivating her classmates with her insights on historical events. Helen studied diligently, often revisiting material late into the night, but finding it rewarding. Her journey wasn't without obstacles. She balanced her studies with family commitments and at times felt overwhelmed. Yet, she powered through. When graduation day finally arrived, Helen couldn't contain her tears of joy. As she walked across the stage to receive her diploma, she thought of all the late nights and sacrifices she had made. Helen's accomplishment was more than just earning a degree. It represented the message that learning and growth are lifelong journeys. Now living in her late 70s, she frequently shares her newfound knowledge in local history clubs and libraries, enriching the community around her. Helen's story serves as a reminder that it's never too late to pursue passions and that education can open new doors, regardless of age. Next, we meet James, an enthusiastic gentleman who took personal fitness to a whole new level. At age 62, James had grown accustomed to leading a sedentary lifestyle. He was living with diabetes and high cholesterol, which resulted in frequent doctor visits. After a particularly candid conversation with his physician, he decided it was time for a significant lifestyle change. James took his first step by signing up for a beginner's yoga class. Initially, he was nervous. Images of flexible younger participants filled his mind, but he hesitantly stepped onto the mat. What he discovered was eye-opening. Yoga provided not only physical strength but mental clarity. He soon found that he could bend and stretch in ways he never imagined. Encouraged by the improvements in his health, James began experimenting with healthier foods and even attended cooking classes focused on diabetic-friendly recipes. He documented his journey on social media, inspiring his followers with photos of vibrant, healthy meals and updates on his progress. Over time, James became an advocate for wellness, leading local workshops on exercise and nutrition for seniors. Today, he's in the best shape of his life, proving that fitness isn't age-restricted. It's for anyone willing to embrace their journey toward health. As we delve further into these inspirational narratives, let's discover the story of Margaret, a remarkable woman who rediscovered a sense of purpose later in life. After her retirement, Margaret felt a void. Having spent decades in a fulfilling career as a nurse, she struggled with the sudden emptiness that came with leaving that part of her life behind. However, a chance encounter with a neighbor sparked an idea. The neighbor was organizing a local garden project that aimed to provide fresh produce to families in need. Inspired, Margaret volunteered her time and skills, rediscovering her passion for helping others. She found that cultivating a garden was not just about growing vegetables. It was about nurturing lives, building relationships, and fostering community spirit. The project blossomed, becoming a hub of activity where seniors and younger volunteers came together. They shared stories, skills, and laughter as they dug into the soil. Margaret became a beloved leader in the community, demonstrating how systemic change could happen even at a grassroots level. Feeling fulfilled and animated by her newfound mission, she continues to dedicate her time to community development, showing that purpose can reignite at any age. Now, let's shine a light on David, an inspiring gentleman whose love for travel transformed into a mission to connect people worldwide. After retiring from his government job, David had dreams of exploring the world, but he found himself a bit apprehensive about traveling alone. The fear of navigating unfamiliar territory weighed heavily on his mind. One evening, while browsing online, he stumbled upon a travel group dedicated to seniors, offering organized tours to various destinations. David decided to take the plunge and joined one of their adventures to Italy. What followed was a whirlwind experience. He tasted authentic Italian cuisine, explored ancient ruins, and forged friendships with fellow travelers. The experience sparked a deep desire within him to share these meaningful connections. David began volunteering with local cultural exchange programs, bringing travelers to his town and introducing them to his community while embracing their stories and cultures in return. Through this journey, David discovered that travel is not merely about the destinations. It's about forming bonds with others and celebrating the diversity of humanity. He now leads workshops teaching others how to approach travel with an open heart and mind. David reminds us all that it's never too late to create connections that span borders and generations. As we reflect on these powerful stories, it becomes clear that transformation is a potent force in our lives. Each person we've discussed, Helen, James, Margaret, and David, show us the beauty in taking chances and embracing opportunities to enrich our lives. No matter where you are in your journey, know that change holds endless possibilities. Whether it's in the classroom, through a newfound passion for fitness, nurturing community gardens, or fostering connections through travel, these stories illuminate the importance of pursuing life's adventures, no matter your age. There's a narrative waiting to unfold for each of us, one that holds lessons, growth, and surprises. The joy of living a fulfilled life often lies in our ability to adapt, explore, and connect. Stay with us as we continue this journey of inspiration, revealing the final set of transformative stories that promise to motivate and uplift all who watch. Let's keep moving forward and open our hearts to the lessons that await us. As we embrace the last chapter of these inspirational stories, I am excited to share with you the final tales that highlight resilience, courage, and the continuous journey of transformation. The next narrative introduces you to George, a once retired engineer who discovered a hidden talent for woodworking. After hanging up his hard hat, George found himself looking for a way to occupy his time. He wandered into a local woodshop one day, captivated by the sights and sounds of saws carving beautiful pieces from rough lumber. The craftsmanship stirred something inside him, and he decided to give it a try. With no prior experience, George approached the craft with an eagerness to learn. He started with simple projects, birdhouses and small shelves, but soon he was tackling more complex pieces. Under the guidance of an experienced woodworker, he honed his skills, while also forging friendships with fellow artisans who shared their tips and stories. Through woodworking, George not only found a fulfilling hobby, but also a therapeutic outlet for his thoughts. It allowed him to focus, express his creativity, and embrace the present moment, free from the worries of the past. He turned his passion into a business, crafting custom furniture and donating pieces to local charities. George's journey shows us that it's never too late to tap into hidden talents and create beauty, not just for oneself, but for the community. Now, let's meet Rose, a remarkable woman with an incredible spirit who decided to step into the world of technology. At the age of 78, Rose realized she was missing out on connecting with her grandchildren because she struggled with new technology. Determined to bridge that gap, she enrolled in a local adult education class to learn the basics of computer skills and social media. Initially, Rose felt overwhelmed by the jargon and fast-paced world of technology, but with patience, persistence, and a playful attitude, she found ways to make the learning fun. Soon, she was video chatting with her grandchildren, sharing family stories through blogs, and even creating a vibrant social media presence that inspired her peers. Her journey into the digital world helped Rose forge connections that transcended miles, making her an integral part of her grandchildren's lives. Along the way, she became an advocate for technology in her community, encouraging other seniors to embrace the digital age. Rose's story beautifully illustrates that learning is a lifelong journey, and breaking down barriers can lead to newfound joy and connections that enrich our lives. As we wrap up our exploration of these 8 extraordinary lives, I hope you have been inspired by the courage and determination demonstrated by these remarkable seniors. From pursuing education, cultivating passions, and embracing technology to channeling creativity and making meaningful connections, each story reaffirms that transformation is a constant and beautiful part of life. Remember, no matter your age, you hold the potential to redefine your narrative. It all starts with a single step, whether it's pursuing a new hobby, reaching out to a friend, or exploring a passion you've set aside. And here's where I want to leave you with a message. Transformation is not merely about the end goal, it's about the journey, the lessons learned, and the connections made along the way. Your story is still being written, and there are chapters yet to unfold that could lead to unimaginable experiences. If you found value and inspiration in these stories, I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories could serve as motivation for others seeking their own transformations. If you enjoyed watching and want more uplifting content that helps nurture the spirit and embrace life's possibilities, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Together, let's cultivate a community where we inspire one another to live our best lives at any age. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, it's never too late to start anew, and here's to living boldly, loving deeply, and flourishing in every season of life.